Okay, hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Nabil. We are from Group 5. Okay, I is the first presenter. I will tell about my group member. Okay, firstly is me, Muhammad Nabil bin Mustafa. My matrix number is 01DKA21FF137. And secondly is NADIA HUSNA binti Muhammad ZAINURAIN. The matrix number is 01DKA21F1135. And third is Muhammad HAZIM bin ABDUL MUTALIB. The matrix number is 01DKA21F1115. And fourth is Muhammad NASRULHAQ bin Muhammad NAJIB. The matrix number is 01DKA21F1157. And fourth is NADIA AINA binti NIZARUDDin. The matrix number is 01DKA21F1158. And lastly, our group member is TAUFIQ bin MUDOFIN. The matrix number is 01DKA21F1135. Okay, next we are go to introduction. Okay, in introduction we have background, problem statement and objective. Okay, the background is road accident is a tragedy that affects all people, whether as driver, passenger or pedestrians. Term accident according to the Dewan Bahasa dan Pustaka means an unexpected event occurs. Accident rate in Malaysia is increasing and disturbing our society today. Road accident occur in many places, no matter straight road, crossroad, traffic lights and roundabout. Road accident occur on a daily basis, whether a minor injury and casualties. Okay, the second on introduction is problem statement. Problem statement is the intersection we choose is Jalan Raja Dr. Nazrin Shah 31350 Ipoh Perak. It is because the road has traffic lights and is a public road because there are too many shops in the area which make road user go through that road and at peak times like returning from work. And the street is also close to interesting shop like McDonald's. Vehicles that want to go through the drive-thru will queue up to the street and make the street even more crowded. In addition, this road is also in a damaged state such as potholes, edge cracking, patching, alligator cracks and other that cause accident to easily occur near the traffic light area. Okay, the last on introduction, we have objective. In order to answer the question that arise, several objectives has been stated. It is as follows. Okay, firstly, obtaining traffic data at the main intersection of Jalan Raja Dr. Nazrin Shah in front of McDonald's. Okay, second, identify the problem of the public to enter the intersection without causing traffic jams. Okay, lastly, propose an idea to reduce traffic accident at the intersection. Okay, just that for me, I will give to NADIA HUSNA to continue the presentation.
Assalamualaikum, I NADIA HUSNA binti Muhammad ZAINURAIN with matric number 01DKA21F1135. And today I would like to explain the literature review 2.1 Traffic Management. So the objective of traffic management is to ensure safety and enforce the law and act in the area by providing road sign. And third, identify areas suitable to provide facilities such as road parking. And fourth, determine the factor of road accident in the area through traffic studies. And the last one is minimize crowding of traffic caused by road accident, hazard or event. Next, traffic management technique. There are 4 traffic management techniques, which are the first one is physical management of road system, instruct form and traffic regulations management, management of information to road user, and the last one is management of payment for traffic facilities. Physical management of road system. Physical management of road system include physical change applied to current traffic flow by using traffic control equipment and road furniture. So as you can see, this is one of the example of physical management of road system, which is separation of traffic movement using channelization, barrier or surface textures and colors. So this is the picture of channelization and barrier. So this is the next example of physical management of road system. The first one is physical detention of traffic movement using road sign or traffic officer. As you can see, this is one of the example of road sign. And the next one is changing of level, texture or surface and alignment for speed control purpose. And as you can see, this is the picture of high skid road marking to prevent vehicle from speeding. The next example of physical management of road system is provision of public transport facilities such as LRT. And the last one is provision of facilities for pedestrian and cyclists. As you can see in the picture is bicycle lane. The second road management technique is instruction form and traffic regulation system, which is an act of furnishing road area with authoritative direction using road sign or other form of law enforcement. So the first example is traffic control using traffic light or on-duty officer. And the second example is turning movement barrier such as forced turn barrier. The third example for instruction form and traffic regulation system is limiting vehicle speed by using speed limit sign. And the last example is tidal flow method. The third road management technique is management of information to road user, which is providing sufficient information of traffic that are clear, systematic and understandable during any incident. So these information are given through signboard and information board and applications such as Waze, Facebook and Twitter. The last road management technique is management of payment for traffic facilities, which is charging road user by parking bays. So the example is restricting parking on street, permit for occupant of a residential area, and the last one is priority parking to users who share car. Type of pavement defect. The precise description of pavement surface defect is important when defining surface condition, conducting a diagnosis of the problem encountered, and selecting the most appropriate maintenance treatment. And the different type of distress which occur in asphalt concrete and asphalt overlaid concrete road and highway pavement are categorized into 4 types. And the first type is cracking. As you can see, these are the example of cracking, which are fatigue, thermal, block, longitudinal, transverse, slippage, edge and reflective. The next type of pavement defect is surface deformation. As you can see, the example are rotting, corrugation, shelving, depression and swelling. Next type of pavement defect is disintegration. It only have 2 examples, which is pothole and patch. The last type of pavement defect is surface defect. The examples are revering and weathering, bleeding and pumping, and polishing. So thank you. That's all from me, and now I will pass the presentation to the next presenter.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning. My name is NASRULHAQ bin NAJIB. My registration number is 01DKE21F1157, and today I am going to talk about methodology. Okay, based on an accident study, the methodological approach for the selection and prioritizing of the initial set of safety measures is presented and addressed. The basic approach is introduced first, followed by the method, which includes the scenario definition, the use of accident statistic as a starting point, the production of safety measures, and the process of safety measure selection. Finally, a brief overview of the AHP multi-criteria analysis method, which was used to produce the final set of the chosen safety measures is provided. Okay, to the next point, it is location area. The location where we conducted the study is on Jalan Raja Dr. Nazil Shah, which is close to McDonald's Medan Koping and Starbucks Medan Koping in Jalan Raja Dr. Nazil Shah. The location say that it is suitable to add more facilities and to carry out research because there are quite busy intersections and it is dangerous for road users to go through the road and intersection in the area because there are so many accidents problems over there. So you will see the picture of the location area at the next page. That is all from me. Thank you.
Hi. Okay, My name is MUTALIB. My message numbers is 01DKA21F1115. Okay, I want to tell you about road management method. First of all, I want to tell you about road management method. Road management classifies potholes and severity levels based on their dimension, surface area, and depth. These are parameters are further influenced by other factors such as climate conditions, speed, intensity of traffic, physical type, and the presence of the pedestrian and bicycles. There are two road management methods. Okay. Firstly, the method is coordination of section control management. Okay. In control management, firstly is control by limiting the employment of the road to share vehicle sort. Secondly, turning moving barriers as a result of right and left flip movement will affect the graceful right and are one of the causes of accident. Thirdly is a technique street by changing the two-way road to a unidirectional path. Conflict purpose well reduced. And lastly, limit vehicle speed, thus it can reduce the number of accidents and their gravity on the vehicle speed is reduced. Okay. Secondly is physical management. In physical management of the road system include the speed bump, roadblock, turn restriction, stop sign, and elevated lane markings. It can also be used in conjunction with the entities to increase bicycle and pedestrian traffic, such as lower speed limits, wider sidewalk, and cycle lane. Firstly is changing the slope, surface texture, and orientation for speed control purpose. Secondly, introducing pace, traffic condition control. Thirdly, changing the landscape and road tools, physically stopping traffic movement. And lastly, changing traffic signal and road sign. Hi, I will be back. Okay, I will continue. The next slide is road defect inspection method. What is road defect inspection method? Road defect inspection method is safety inspection determining defecting the road network, as well as people who are seeming to form a danger or serious inconvenience to road users or the border community and thus need immediate or imperative attention. Purpose of payment inspection. Firstly is to realize location of grid portals so as to stop accident of the road user and third party. Secondly, to measure the severity of the distress of the pavement to prioritize the repair setup and to pick the foremost imperative section to repair. And thirdly, to acquire needed data promptly from the location for maintaining safe and safe traffic by adequate maintenance. And lastly, to recognize the pavement surface condition and establish the portion requiring maintenance. Okay. Hi, I will continue the next slide and last slide. What is it? It is how to fix road defects. Okay. Our group have 4 how to fix road defect, and firstly is bleeding, secondly leveling, thirdly potholes, and lastly is patches. Okay, firstly I want to tell you about bleeding. The bleeding is minor bleeding can often be corrected by applying gauze sand to block up the excess asphalt binder. For major bleeding can be corrected by cutting off excess asphalt with the motor grader or removing it with a heater planer. If the resulting surface is excessively rough, the surfacing may be necessary. Okay. Secondly, leveling. Leveling is for low severity leveling. Localized will take away traveler space so best. For prime severity leveling, is it widespread and remove the broken area and apply and overlay. And thirdly is photos. Photos is as a sample expressing a patch material inside a bottle and the driving over it using a tractor, a bulldozer or large truck. Any heavy vehicle will do, while through and roll repair the method provided temporary bottle relief. It only momentarily improves a bottle. It also has a high failure rate. Only use it in the absence of others. Better choice. And lastly is patches. Patches is the area shall be cut or cut either with jackhammer or with hand tools, such as that all the defective material to blame for the failure is removed, and in a accidentally regulation, the excavation pit area should be cut vertically. Okay, that's all from me. Bye.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is NADIA AINA binti NIZARUDDIN. My matric number is 01DKA21F1158. I will explain about the suggestion of the redesign area. These are some of the suggestion redesign area that we made. The first is a traffic light control intersection, which is signal control intersect ions are applicable to very high traffic volume or more, provide that the necessary number of approach lane are present and that there is no interference from the other nearby junction. Among them is due to be able to reduce the number of conflict at the intersection is traffic light are installed at the intersection. Then is that the data on the number of accident is decreasing because traffic light have been installed. However, the cost to maintain and install traffic light is expensive. In addition, for the volume and speed on traffic light should be installed if the number of vehicle is high and vehicle speed through the intersection is also high. The second of the suggestion redesign area is a roundabout without traffic light. A roundabout is a type of circular intersection or junction in which road traffic flows almost continuously in one direction. Traffic flows almost continuously in one direction around a central island. The characteristic of roundabout are that they are suitable for 3 to 5 or more junctions, have almost similar flow and no intersect flow. However, non-serious accidents do occur but less than 2/3 compared to signalized intersection. Then roundabout require a large area. In addition, it is also not easy to update as a traffic signal. Next, this is a road pavement defect that we found on Jalan Raja Dr. Nazrin Shah. First is the Potolas Road. Second is the Patch Road. The third is Reveling and Weathering Road. And the last is Bleeding Road.